I was on unemployment and needed to find another gig to supplement that. And then unemployment was running out. And I was like, well, I'll send some emails to some schools and see what's up. And I was actually talking to the School of Rock, like name brand, and Blue Bear. And I had sent emails to like basically every like rock music school in the Bay Area, and you guys were the ones that responded like first and foremost. And like I just kind of
I
vibed
saw
with it.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like I vibed with you guys more than I vibed with the I think the some of the offices that School of Rock had were corporate. So like
Yeah.
it did kind of feel like a corporate rock environment, which I was like, not super down. And there was a couple of franchises that wanted me, but I was like, you know what, like I feel like Blue Bear is definitely like where it's at in terms of like like the place that it is, the like it being the original School of Rock 1971 kind of like place is like something that like I really was drawn to, you know what I mean? And
Yeah. I mean, we could trademark that. I think we
yeah,
would.
yeah,
But I mean, if you think about it, like when we go back there, if you go back to 1971, nobody was doing what was
no,
being done by Blue Bear, and I don't even really think across the world. I mean, there were
yeah,
obviously music schools, but nothing that was that we know of anyway. Certainly not in the United States that
yeah,
was um, doing rock-based
yeah,
instruction. I mean, it was started by a rock band. Pretty
yeah,
amazing.
exactly, exactly,
Well, I'm really glad that we were able to to find you,
yeah,
and that you hearing you say these wonderful things about the organization
yeah.
makes me feel like it was. I'm really, really proud and happy that I responded to you.
Yeah, and like now that I'm here and I'm like a part of the school and like running a lot of the programs and teaching a bunch of lessons all the time, it's like what's so like interesting about it is that like when you guys like first hired me, it was like, I wasn't handed a lesson plan and told this is how you teach.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it was more me discovering my own teaching style,
yeah,
and that just happened to be why I was successful doing teaching.
yeah. Well, then that's by design too. Like
Yeah.
we provide examples of curriculum, but as you know, like whenever I talk to new teachers, I say like, look, I can give you this, but the last thing I want you to do is to be like, in front of a class going, all right, students, well, we're going to do the, like, and reading it off and try
Yeah.
to copy it, moment by moment, because that's not going to be comfortable. And the students are going to notice it's not comfortable. So we
Yeah.
always really try to make it so that I mean, we hire you because you have a basis in education and understanding of it. You have a basis in music and an understanding of it. And when you put those together in something that you can kind of own, obviously we want somebody to come in who has a general idea of how they want to do that. But to
Mhm.
try to really force you into a format, I don't think really works because it's art, and
Yeah.
we really just want interesting people. We want charismatic people, people that
Yeah.
will engage with kids and adults and have those, people compelled to engage back with you.
Yeah.
Just reading off of a syllabus is boring, and it doesn't,
Right.
like I said, it's just I don't think kids are going to gravitate to that particularly. You got to be able to wrangle them and make it fun, but not
Yeah.
crazy.
And I think the interesting thing that I found is that like it's the thing that was missing from my education when I was a kid
Mm.
is that my music director was very iron fisted with his selection of the songs. Albeit we did play some of my now found favorite songs, but like were at the time like I did not want to play this. I didn't really like it. I didn't really understand it. I didn't really enjoy. Like we played like Drunk Ship of Lanterns by Mars Volta. You know what I mean? Like we
What?
were we were that far down the rabbit hole.
That's a great song, and
I
it's
know. Well,
extremely difficult. And the fact
I know.
that would be
I know.
what you were doing is amazing because
That is
it's
that is
pretty
what I was doing.
obscure.
Yeah, that was what I was doing when I was 16. Like that was how we had Interlactic S by Mars Volta was in there too. We had done like Queens of the Stone Age stuff, like some of the deeper cuts, and like
Yeah,
uh,
one of the greatest heavy
we
bands of all
did
time. Challenging.
Long Distance Runaround by Yes,
Oh yeah.
Parabola by Tool. Like we were doing some really difficult ones that like at the time. Well, I mean, I love all those songs at the time. Those are examples of songs that I actually enjoy. But there's a lot of ones that I didn't want to do. That
Mm,
I didn't really invest time and energy into because it didn't seem valuable to me at the time.
yeah.
And so like now, if I'm designing when I'm designing lessons, it's very much like letting the students build their own path,
There
you
you
know?
go. Nice.